Hello and welcome. You are listening to the At Home with Ifeno podcast. This podcast is for anyone, male and female, who believes that the home is the cornerstone and foundation of a flourishing society and a better world. Here, we'll guide you through the intricate journey of building a home that's not just a physical space. Whether you are single, preparing to share your life with another, a couple cultivating a shared dream, or parents tending to the garden of their children's hearts. Every other week, we'll talk about topics like practical tips on managing family finances, creating a beautiful home, conversations on courtship, marriage, parenting, and much more. The At Home with Ifeno podcast offers a rich tapestry of inspiration and support. Join us as we explore creating homes where love resides, families thrive in wisdom, and the seeds of a brighter future are sown, just as God intended. Hello, and welcome to At Home with Ifeno podcast. How are you today? It's a beautiful day, and I just want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are connecting with us globally. And I just came here this day to encourage you. Do not give up on that child, on that marriage, on that thing that is, bugging your mind, and you are wondering, God, when will the story change? Keep at it, keep praying, keep doing your part, and I assure you that as your habits evolve, because the truth is that you cannot have a new year without a new you. You and I are the constant factor that needs to keep changing and evolving to have a better life, a better marriage, a better family. And as we apply ourselves to wisdom, as we put in the work beyond the information that we get, we will see the transformation in our lives and in our families. So I just want to get into today's episode, and it's like a continuation of what we did on the last episode. The last episode had to do with trendy plates versus true nutrition. I want to believe that we have started adjusting to what true nutrition really is, so that our families and every one of us will be healthy, strong, to be able to achieve the goals and plans for 2026 and beyond. We do not want to see sick bodies. We do not want to see children, not being healthy and fit. We do not want generational diseases passed on because we are doing more of trending food over true nutrition. So today's topic is what I have tagged budget-friendly meals that still nourish. Budget-friendly meals that still nourish. I want to assure you, dear listener, that feeding your family well is very possible without breaking yourself. It's very, very possible in our beautiful world with the economy, looking uncertain and resources not being as available as we desire. You can still feed your family with budget-friendly meals, and these meals will nourish them. Remember that it is true nutrition we are looking at, beyond what is trending, beyond what looks good or tastes good. And we do not want to keep storing things that will destroy our bodies and our families. So let me be very clear as we start today's episode. Eating well is not only for the wealthy. I'll take that again. Eating well is not only for the wealthy, as many of us think. Many of us feel that for us to eat well, you must be extremely rich, you must be, you must have a lot of money. But today's episode is to remind us that we could work with our budget, we could have meals that are nourishing within the resources that we have. And eating cheaply does not have to mean that you are eating poorly. So the fact that you don't spend so much on food doesn't mean that you are not well nourished. It has to do with sitting down to think properly, to prioritize what is nourishing, and to see yourself thrive still within what you have as your resources. So many families today are doing their best. Many families are cutting portions, they are stretching meals, skipping items, not because they don't value their health, but because resources are not as they desire. So they need to work with what they have. And so this conversation of budget-friendly meals is not about shame. It's not about eating perfectly. But this episode is about eating wisely with what you have, like I said some minutes ago. Because you know why? Nourishment is not about luxury. I'll take that again. Nourishing your body is not based on having so much and is not based on luxury. Nourishing our bodies is about intention, is about structure, and is about understanding food properly. Remember, I said that every one of us that is educated, that has even gone through, secondary school or even primary school, teaching about the classes of food. The knowledge of the classes of food is enough to guide us in making nourishing meals, to guide us on how to eat healthy. It's as basic and as simple as that. So never think that because you don't have so much money, you cannot be nourished. No, that is not true. So sometimes many of us think that cheap food is always available food. Cheap food is not always affordable food, Many of us think that the fact that food is cheap, it means that it is affordable. Something can actually be cheap at the point of us purchasing it, and it can still be expensive in the long run. We could buy something that we want to eat or drink, and to us, we feel that it's very cheap. But in the long run, what we feel is cheap is going to cost our health, because many of us would land in treating diseases and health issues that will be expensive. So we must always remember that the fact that something is cheap, it doesn't mean that it is affordable, because sometimes it could be very expensive. So I want to give an example. Highly processed foods, which is the norm that we see all around us today. It could fill our stomachs briefly. You could eat all the processed foods that you have. I don't want to deliberately mention, we all know what processed food are. And we could eat those processed food, and initially our tummy will feel satisfied, will feel that we are okay. But before you know what, hunger spikes again quickly. You find out that this will lead us to more snacking. Many of us start the morning, eating what is not healthy or nourishing, and you find out that before midday, you are already looking for something to eat, because we didn't eat something that is high in nutrients, that could fill us up, and then it affects our energy level and our health over time. So that is why I said things that might seem quick and cheap are not necessarily affordable. They could be very expensive in the long run. So we end up buying more and more food because we are not eating nourishing meals. And that is why we are going to be talking about how we can budget within our resources and still eat nourishing food that will fill us. True nourishment will keep us fuller. It will reduce us constantly snacking, and having this constant hunger, wanting to eat more and more. When we eat nourishing foods, we will have a stable energy level. We will not easily feel tired because we have eaten what our body really needs, and it is supplying the energy we need to do the work that we have to do daily. So eating nourishing food also lowers the tendency for us to have long-term health issues. So it's not as if we might not fall ill, but we'll find out that we'll have manageable health, issues that will not cost us our lifetime savings. And affordability is not about price alone. Affordability is about value over time. Affordability doesn't have to do with something being cheap now. It is something that has to do with value over time. So what does it look like to have nourishing food on a budget? Because I've tagged today's episode budget-friendly meals that can still nourish our families and our bodies. So not nourishing food is not exotic. It does not need fancy packaging. It's the simple staples, the things we see commonly: our grains, our vegetables, our fruits. Budget-friendly nourishment will include oats, rice, maize, our millet, our beans, our eggs, our vegetables, some natural fats in terms of avocado, the things we use to do our frying and things like that. These foods have fed families for generations. Many of the things our grandparents ate, they are still available. They are not packaged like the processed food. No, they are grown, and we see them all over the market. Many times, some of us might not even want to look at them. Some of us don't take our grains and our, things like our millets. Those things are very nourishing. And you know what? They are not expensive. But over time, due to, what will I call it? Society evolving and new things coming, we have moved from what is naturally grown to more of the processed foods, and we need to work on reducing that. Let's eat whole grains, let's eat vegetables. They might not look as packaged and attractive as our processed food, but we need to know where to draw the line. So the power of structuring our meals will help us. Now, structuring our meals doesn't mean rigidity, but I'm talking about budget friendly. So the fact that you don't have so much money doesn't mean you cannot eat balanced meals. One reason why food budgets will run out is when we do our buying or cooking without structure. When our feeding is not planned, we constantly snack. We'll find out that portions will not be clear. If you have filled your tummy with a lot of snacks, you will not want to eat the main food, and this might result in food wastage. So we find out that because we don't have structure in our eating, so there tends to be that food wastage being on the rise, and this is what we do not want to allow. We want to reduce such. So structure, like I said, doesn't mean rigidity. It just means knowing what you are cooking and when. If you have decided that, breakfast is this and then lunch is this, so you already know, and you carry your family along. Let your family know, that this is what we are eating, or this is what's going to happen. Many times, many of us parents, we just always want our children to have their way. And the truth is that we need to be real with our children. We need to be real with ourselves. In trying to please our children or to do things the way others are, we could get into debt. Yes, we could be buying things that we cannot naturally afford. So that is why it is very important that we focus on our budget for feeding. Personally, I always plan whatever I am going to buy in the market. No matter how interesting or attractive anything is, Ifeno would follow her list first. So don't get me wrongly. I don't say if I see something else, but the first thing on my list is what I'm going to purchase. And if I have the change, if I have something extra at the end of the day, I could now say, okay, let's look at the treat. But I focus more on what is more important, what is going to also nourish, where to draw the line. It could look rigid, but in the long run, we are preventing, things that could hurt us, that could interfere with our health as a family. So 3 consistent meals every day, well, it depends on different families and your structure. I have found out that not everybody eats 3 times a day. But whatever it is, that is your choice. But just make sure that you are nourishing your body and you are working with your budget. So protein on a budget, is often seen as protein is often seen as expensive. And you know why? It's not expensive because there are many sources of protein that we can work with, and it will not break your bank. It will not break your account. Like I said, many families are stretching, they are struggling. But one of the wisdom tips I would give families and my listeners today is I want you to know that you should work with what you have. If you have eggs today, please work with what you have and carry your children along. If you have beans, work with what you have. There was a time when I serve certain foods, my children would just look at it and they would turn their face, and I would not talk too much. I found out that when you explain that this is healthy, this is good for you, many times, if that child or that person is very hungry, you don't need to say it for long. You will find out that the plate will be emptied. And I had that experience with one of my children. So don't always give in to them saying, oh, I can't eat this or that. Don't get me wrong, some children might be allergic to some things, but what I'm trying to say is building structure in our meals will help us keep to our budget. You can't be cooking 3 different meals for three different people in the house. And it is not as if we have health issues we are trying to deal with. No, so you need to model to your children that this is what we have, this is what we can afford, and it is nourishing. Initially, they might not buy into it, but over time, as you consistently also demonstrate by eating such meals, they will buy into it. I am a person that doesn't really like swallow. I grew up like that. I didn't really like it, but I remember that whenever it is served, everybody must eat it. So there was no opportunity for me to go and cook something else I liked. Why is it important to do this? It will help us as a family to work with our budgets. So many of the complaints and wastages we're experiencing in our homes is because we are not working with our budget. And it's very possible to work with our budget and eat nourished food. So here are some practical shifts that can help us in working with budget-friendly meals that will nourish our families. 1, shop with a list. I just said that. Shop with a list. Don't go to the market or the shops just randomly unless it's an emergency and you already know what you want. And try to follow your list. Buy in bulk when possible. And be sure that you have storage facilities, to preserve whatever you are buying in bulk so that it doesn't end up wasting. 3, choose seasonal products or seasonal food. So when particular fruits or vegetables or whatever it is in season, many times they are affordable, they are cheap. And so you should take advantage of those seasons so that your family is nourished and you eat fresh food and you take advantage of those discounts or lowered prices, because one thing I've observed, and it is true, is that when foods or fruits or whatever is in season, the price tends to come down. So take advantage of seasonal produce and nourish your families when these produce are in the market and are in season. Avoid buying, hunger-driven snacks. So, and if you want snacks available, make sure that you are not just pouring so much of the negativity into your bodies. So, repetition of food recipes is not failure. Once you have known what is working for you in your home in terms of what you are cooking, it is very efficient that you continue with such things. So the fact that you might not be repeating the same meal every day, but once you know what is working and what has been accepted, repeating such is not failure. And then this will help to feed your family based on your budget. Let me tell you the truth, dear listener. You do not need more money to nourish your family. You need clarity. You do not need more money to feed your family today. You need clarity. How? Clarity about what will fill you people, what you will prepare, and when you do that, you will not waste. Clarity about what will last. We are not doing the trendy plates like we discussed on the last episode. You just need clarity. Clarity about what actually nourishes. So budget-friendly meals are not about cutting corners or making you feel that you are less or making you low in standard or status. No. Budget-friendly meals are meals that are created and are around using wisdom. We need wisdom in the days we live in, and wisdom in the kitchen will protect our health. The wisdom we put into planning, purchasing of food and the recipes to use and how to turn leftovers to nourishing, interesting meals, the key there is wisdom. So, dear listener, know that budget-friendly foods are nourishing, but the key to making this a reality is wisdom. And remember that wisdom would not just fill your tummy, but it will protect your health. It will protect your health one meal at a time. So work on your budget. Know that it is very possible to work with that budget and be nourished and be healthy, and let wisdom guide your kitchen and your food choices. Thanks for joining us this week on the At Home with Ifeno podcast. Check us out on Instagram at Ifeno17 and on YouTube at Home with Ifeno podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch every new episode and leave us a comment so we can build a strong community. See you in 2 weeks' time.